Okay. Let's start with A'udhu Billahi Bismillah.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري.
Okay. Today we will read a little bit about the previous lessons and somehow the new lesson as well.
Okay.
Okay, let me tell you about this lesson. This is lesson number 4, and this is about the muqatti'at letters. What is muqatti'at letters? There are two scholarly views. First, scholar says that these are the some letters which comes at the start of some specific surahs of Quran. Like for example, at the start of the Surah Baqarah, this is Alif Lam Mim, and the start of Surah Maryam, this is Kaf Ha Ya Ain Sad, and like there are other surahs with all of the like Surah Yasin, Surah Sad, Surah Qaf, Surah Noon, etc. But these letters have some specific meaning as well. But there are two views. The scholar says that only Allah knows the actual meaning of these letters. Like you can translate all the Quran, but you cannot translate these letters. That what actually does they mean? Like Alif Lam Mim and then Dhalik al Kitab. So that has a specific translation, but Alif Lam Mim don't know what is actual meaning of this. So sorry. These are we call them huruf muqatta'at. So let's read today before going on to the new lesson. Actually, this is also a new lesson for us today.
Okay.
Okay, let's start from the first box.
Okay. Alif Lam.
Okay, let me give you an example of them. There is a mud here upon the lam. Can you see this, please? Here.
Okay. I can see it.
Yeah, whenever this mud comes upon a letter, you have to make it lengthy, more lengthy than a normal, than a normal letter. For example, we will read the first box like Alif, Lam, Mim. Did you get what I'm trying to say?
Okay.
Okay, try it out, please.
Yes. Okay. Alif. Alif Lam.
And Mim.
Alif Lam Mim.
Okay, now copy me. The next box. Alif Lam Mim Sad.
Okay. Alif Lam Mim Sad.
Great. Next box is Alif Lam Ra.
Alif Lam Ra.
Okay. Next box Alif Lam Mim Ra.
Okay. Alif Lam Mim Ra.
Yeah, make it lengthy, more lengthy than another, like the other letters. So the next box is Kaf Ha Ya Ain Sad.
Kaf Ha Ya Ain Sad.
Okay, next is Taha.
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 Next is Tasim Mim.
Tasim.
Okay, the next line. This is Tasin.
Tasin.
Next is Yasin.
Yasin.
Perfect. The next one is Sod.
Sod.
Great. Next box is Hamim.
Hamim.
Okay, and the next box, this is Hamim Ain Sin Qaf.
Hamim. Ain. Sin. Qaf.
Good. Next box is Qaf.
Qaf.
And the last one is Noon.
Noon.
Great. Okay. That lesson was about the huruf muqatta'at. They want you to know
Okay.
about them, like when you see them in Quran, reciting the Quran, you have to know about them that they are the muqatta'at letters, and there is some specific meaning of these letters, but only Allah knows the best meaning of them. Okay, now to our new lesson. This is about the lesson number 5 about the movement. So,
Okay.
what is movement? In Arabic, there are two things. First of all, the sound of alphabets, like every language has. For example, A, B, C, D, each letter has its own specific sound. But in Arabic, there is another thing as well. In addition to the sounds of the letters, there are also the sounds of the movements. And what is that? What does that mean? That means that every single letter can produce different sounds. They may be like of many kinds. For example, sometimes, for example, we will take alif. Sometimes it will produce the sound of a, sometimes it will give us the sound of a, and sometimes it will give the sound of o. And other
Okay.
sounds like an, in, un, they're also there. So why, what are they? The alif producing so many sounds when it has its own sound? Because there are the sounds of movements. And the sound, there are three kinds of movement, the basic three kinds. First, we call it fatha. The second, we call it kasra. And the third one, we call it dhamma. So now look at the page here.
Ram.
Here, three kinds of movements. And there are three signs for that three movements as well. First one, we call it fatha, and fatha is always a slash or a dash that comes on the top of the letters. And there is another sound which has a sign like this, that is kasra. We call it kasra, and that will always come at the bottom of the letter. And the third one, we call it dhamma. That will also always at the top of the letter, but with a hook shape. So there are three kinds of movement: fatha, kasra, and dhamma. Now let's practice it here beneath on the letters. The
Okay.
first box here, we have a letter alif. We will call it hamza because it has a sign there. So that will change its status from alif to fatha. Okay, let's practice it here. There
Okay.
is a letter alif or hamza, and there is a slash or a dash on the top of it. What we call it, that slash?
Fatha.
Great, this is fatha. So if alif has the fatha in its top, that will produce the sound of a. And how we will read it? We'll read it like alif fatha a. Can you
Okay.
do it for me, please?
Hamza. Fatha.
Great. Okay. And the next box, that alif or hamza, we'll call it hamza. Hamza has that slash, but now here at the bottom. And what we call that when it comes at the
Dam.
bottom?
Kasra.
Great. Kasra. So that will produce the sound of A. And we'll read like Hamza, Kasra, A.
Hamza. Kasra. A.
Great. In the third box here, we have another sign of the movement at the top of the Hamza. And what we call it?
Damma.
Great. We call it Dhamma. And we will read like Hamza, Dhamma, O.
Okay. Hamza. Damma. Oo.
Perfect. So there are three sounds here, A, E, and O. Let's practice it again. Okay, now
Hamza.
it's your turn, please
Fatha.
do it.
Hamza. A.
Good,
Hamza. Kasra. A.
good,
Hamza. Damma. Oo.
perfect. Okay, let's practice it
A.
on
E.
join the it sounds, all of them.
A. E. Oo.
Great.
A. E.
Now let's practice on the next letter. This is
Ha.
Ha. Yeah, this is Ha. And there are also the three kinds that varies with the variant of the three different signs of movement. Let's practice it, please.
Ha. Fatha. Ha. Ha. Kasra. He. Ha. Damma. Hu. Ha. He. Hu.
Great. That was amazing because you are my special student. Okay. Let's move to the next page.
Okay.
Let's wait.
I can already tell you that now.
Yeah, please hold on. We'll start it from here.
Okay.
From G. Is it G,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Shall we do it now?
Yes.
I do it now. Jim Fatha Ja. Jim Kasra Jin.
Jim Kasra.
G.
Yes, G, because Jin is a ghost. Okay, next, please.
Jim Damma Ju.
Good.
Jadi Ju.
Wow, that was perfect. Okay, and now the next letter. What is it?
Shin Fatha Sha.
Good.
Shin Kasra Shin.
Shin Kasra.
Shin Kasra Shin.
She.
Shin.
Yes. And next, please.
Shin Damma Shu. Sha Shi Shu.
Good. Okay. Now we'll jump to Lam.
Okay. Lam Fatha La.
Good.
Kasra Li.
Good.
Lam Tamalu. La Li Lu.
That was a song. La li lu. Okay, and now to Twa.
Okay. Do Fatha Do. Do Kasra Tai. Di.
Yes.
Ta Damma Chu. Da Di Du.
Good. Twa, three, two. Okay. Now let's move to our new page with a new lesson because you're taking it very, very nice. That was, mashallah, really good. Okay, let's do its last line.
Okay.
Okay, do it, please.
Okay. Ba, fatha, ba,
Mm-hmm.
ba, kasra, B.
Mm-hmm.
Ba, dhamma, bu. Babibu.
Perfect. Okay, next, please.
Mim, fatha, ma, mim, kasra, mi. Mim, dhamma, mu. Mamimu.
Good. Okay, you are, mashallah, really, really great today. You did 2 lessons, and this is now the new, like another new lesson, the third lesson for us today. Okay, this is very interesting lesson, and that's gonna be really interesting as well. We read about the signs of movements, right? That was
Yeah.
Fatha, Kasra, and Dhamma.
Dhamma.
Now, what happened when they come in a pair? Like, what will we read? How will we read if they come in a pair, in double? For example, the Fatha, we'll take a Fatha. There was in a single form, there was on a letter Ba that produces the sound Ba. What if it comes double on the same letter Ba? For example, Ba has a single Fatha, now it has double. Ba double Fatha. So what will we call it? We will call the double Fatha, the double Kasra, and the double Dhamma. We will call all of them Tanween. What do we call it?
Tanween.
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 Yes, and Tanween means to produce the noon sound or the N sound at the end of each letter. For example, look at the first box. There is meme, and meme has now 2 fathas. We'll call it double fatha. What do we
Okay.
call it?
Double fatha.
Yes, we'll call it double fatha. So in the case of single fatha, the meme was producing the sound of ma, simply ma. But now there are double fathas there. Now, how will they produce and what will they produce the sound? They'll produce the sound of man. Listen carefully. Meme, double fatha. Just skip the alif, okay? Meme, double fatha, man. While meme fatha was only ma, but now it is man. So there is, we will call tanween. What is tanween? Man, that n sound at the end of the letter. That noon
Okay.
sound or the sound of the n. That is like ma and an, man. That is called tanween. So basically tanween
Okay.
is the double fatha, double kasra, and double dhamma.
Yes, it is.
Okay, let's practice it here.
Okay. Mim. Double fatha. Man.
Good.
Mim double kasra. Min.
Perfect.
Mim double dhamma. Mun. Man min mun.
Good, good. MashaAllah. That was great. Okay.
Ba double fatha. Ban. No,
Mm-hmm.
ban. Ba double kasra. Bin.
Mm-hmm.
Ba double dhamma. Bun. Ban bin bun.
MashaAllah. Really great. Okay. Now, there are so many letters here. Choose a letter and we will practice it.
Okay.
Tell me. I'll make a box there and we'll start.
Okay.
Let me choose.
Okay.
Here, this one.
Okay.
Okay, read it, please.
Zal double fatha. Zan.
Great. Actually, I was trying to confuse you because of the yeah there, but you did it nicely. That was great. Okay, next box, please.
ذال أبو كسرة ذن.
Perfect.
ذال أبو تما ذن 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 ذن.
MashaAllah, that was great. Okay, now we'll jump to wow.
Okay. واو أبو فتح ون.
Mm-hmm.
واو أبو دما ون. واو
The
أبو
second box.
واو أبو كسرة ون.
Mm-hmm.
واو أبو دما ون. One win one.
Yes, you win and you won, and wow, that was great. Okay, let's move to our next section, and that is about the kalmas. Are you ready for that?
Yes.
Okay, let's start our kalmas. So,
Okay.
can you please tell me the first kalma?
Okay. First كلمة طيبة. It means pure liquid. Goes لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله. That means no good born. Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is the last messenger.
Okay, and what is the second kalma?
Shahadat means witness. It goes أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. أشهد أن Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. That means I bear witness that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. No, I bear witness that Muhammad. No, I bear witness that there's only one God but Allah, and I bear witness that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is God's servant and last messenger.
Great. Okay, and what is the third kalma?
كلمة تمجيد means glory. It goes Subhanallah walhamdulillah ولا إله إلا الله والله أكبر ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. What kalma is the